AussieDoodle fans. Here we are in Willow's box, Willow and Gator. We are at week 4. It's been a pretty exciting week. Lots of news for them, new things going on. Hi, Mo. So one of the things that I'm loving seeing with them right now, and it just makes me really proud of these little guys, is this right here. As you see Piccolo trying to crawl up in my lap, trying to run to me. As soon as I come in the box or they even hear me open the door, they start just whining and excited and can't wait for people. They've had a lot more exposure to my kids this past week. We've had a few other people in very controlled setting, but other people come over and get them exposure to new people, and they're getting so super excited about it. They're starting to put their little paws up this wall and try to climb out. So they're too small to do it yet. They can't get away with it. But you're gonna try, aren't you, Mo? Yeah. So you can tell their little bodies are still pretty small. They can't make it, but as soon as they do, we'll either move to our winning pin or we'll add the other rail here to keep them safe. Hi, Rosie. Last week, I don't think their ears were open when I talked to you guys. Everybody has their ears open right now. They can hear very, very well, and they are finding their voices. They're all barking at each other now and playing around, so that's pretty fun and exciting. They are just now starting to teeth, which means it's time for puppy mash. So I will start making that this week. Probably I'll start this afternoon. I feed them Purina Pro Plan Puppy. And I know that's kind of a mouthful to say, but it is very, very highly recommended by pretty much all vets. It's the professional line. And it's very good quality food. So that's what we'll be feeding them. Rosie. Hi, Rosie. Hi, Rosie. Sweet girl. She's the only girl, and you can tell she just acts a little bit more feminine. I don't know how to describe it, but you can tell. She plays with all her brothers, but she's not as rough with them as they probably are with each other. You're just a girl. Oh, they're so sweet. I love these guys. You guys will see stuff like this in the box now, in and out of the box. Piccolo has not left my feet alone, no matter which foot it is. He's grabbing it. Piccolo. But this is just, a tube from paper towels. It's an enrichment activity for them, though. Every day they get something new introduced into their box. One day it was this paper towel, and at first one of them didn't want anything to do with it, and after about 3 minutes he was the one playing with it. But something like this is great. It because it rolls, they may climb on top of it and it may go out from underneath them, and gets them used to it. They're not necessarily always going to be on steady ground, and just gives them new experiences to adjust to, so that helps them from having fear when they're older. So we'll continue to do that. There will be something introduced new every single day to them in their box. Mo, what are you doing? I also had introduced this. It's literally just paper, packing paper, but it's crinkled and makes a different sound to them when they walk on it. Did you hear Ash barking at it? Yeah. Sweet Ash. So, but you'll continue seeing little things like that. Sometimes it'll be a new toy, but sometimes it's just going to be little stuff like this that we may have around the house. But when you're 28 days old, you've never seen this kind of stuff, and it's all good experiences for them. We've also started music for them, music therapy, since their ears are open now. We start off with classical music or soft jazz for about 2 hours a day. I get a little bit louder each day, and as the hour progresses, I'll get it a little bit louder. And we'll continue to move on. By the time that they go home, they will be listening to rock and things with a little bit harder beat. For right now, we get them introduced to sounds by softer music. And with the classical music we play, it's really more like elevator music. So it's not, hard overtures with strong bass lines and strong drums. But just continue to try to get them used to new experiences, so that when they have them in the real life as grown-ups, as grown dogs, that they're not scared. What do you think, Piccolo? He's not scared of much. Look, he just chills. Piccolo was the very first one to use litter box. Oh, you guys probably noticed that this week. We did have the introduction of the litter box, and they're doing great with it. Piccolo was the first one, weren't you? Hi, bud. I think they're getting sleepy. They'd had a pretty good little play session just a few minutes ago. He pretty consistently uses it every time. I've been really, really happy with how well they're all using the litter box. You know, they don't use it every single time, but they're headed to it most of the time. Oh my gosh. I love these puppies. Oh my gosh, I just love them. And the first thing that my children want to do every day when they come home from school is, can we play with the puppies? And I do let them. Obviously always supervised and always with me right here, but it's good for them and it's good for the puppies. Do you guys hear Rosie? I don't know what you're barking at, Rosie. They're all discovering their voice though. They're all making lots of barks and noises. It says Ash. What you think, sweet boy? You're gonna love Seattle, aren't you? You are. I know. I know you are. Oh, I just love them. I just love them. They are teething this week, so I think I mentioned I already start puppy mash. But you can tell because they want to chew on body parts often. So, you know, this little guy was chewing on my toes almost the whole video. And they're trying to start chewing on fingers. Even though it doesn't hurt us yet, we're already trying to teach them not to do that. Not by any discipline. We just remove our finger or remove the toe or whatever that they're chewing on to not make it accessible to them, so that they learn even at this young of an age, hey, my mouth can't go there. My mouth can't go on people. So we want them to learn that super young, so that hopefully you won't have biting issues, and you know, when they're teething as they get older. So we started from the very beginning of what the rules are and try to keep them always consistent. I'm Piccolo. Mo, you're sleeping in the litter box, silly puppy. Mo is on the go. It's like on the go mighty Mo. That's what we call him. Huh. He's the one that I see trying to climb up this wall the most. Now, he can't get it. He's too little, but he sure tries pretty hard. He wants me to put him down so he can get back to sleep. Look how sweet he is. Yeah, it's clearly nap time. They're all chilling out. What you think, Rosie? But it's been a really, really fun week here, and I can't wait till this next week when they start eating puppy mash. Willow continues to be a really, really good mom. She plays with them, which a lot of my dogs don't start playing this early, but she's already starting to play and interact with them and let them jump on her and play with her. So it's always super fun to watch. Willow really likes to be with people though, so I do have to stay in here with her a lot for her to stay with them. I did move out. I don't sleep in this room anymore. I moved out back to my own bed, but Willow comes in. I watch them on the video camera all night long, and Willow comes in about every 2.5 hours and lays down and feeds them. But we're trying to get them already accustomed to nighttime is calm, nighttime is quiet, nighttime is dark, and not a lot of noise. I turn off the radio and any of that, so that they will learn the difference between night and day and start getting on a people schedule and not a puppy schedule. What are you barking at? What you barking at? They've just been so much fun. We've just had the absolute best week with them. Is that better? Is that better? I don't know why you were barking. All right, we'll talk to you guys next week, AussieDoodle fans. Have a great one.